Welcome, one and all, to another edition of Violent Wrestling Podcast. I'm one of your co hosts, Ambrose Alley, and with me is my other co host
Max, what's
and our
up?
honorary co host.
Meadow Matt, what is up?
Welcome, one and all, and sorry we're running late, but hey, it's all my fault.
Did you say it's not your fault?
I said it's my fault.
Okay, well, it kind of is, but not really.
It
We were
kind
supposed
of
to
is
do it.
my fault because I fell asleep.
We were supposed to do a special edition last night, and that was my fault. So payback is payback, I guess.
It's my fault.
How
But
are you
what
guys
can I
doing?
say? It's the bat. We blame it on the bat.
Oh Lord. Um, Let me preface this by saying AA is under some medicine from having some medical stuff done. And so we have what I affectionately call Dopey AA, which I love Dopey AA. She's always hilarious, but Dopey AA is the best. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing pretty good. Just had to watch a freaking 4 hour SummerSlam.
SummerSlam 2015. Yay.
Yes.
Before we get into the weekly shows and talk about that and everything
The
else,
bat.
we would the and AA is fascinated about the Bat and Rondo segment. But I quickly want to say one sentence. If you guys want to expand on it, perfectly fine. If not, I don't want to touch on it because I don't want to give this person any more time than what's necessary. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck him.
Yes. Because no one, and I mean nobody, ever, ever besmirches the Iconics.
Ever, as Jericho would say.
Just fuck them. I was already at that level, and so the straw on that camel's back was already broken. But like what today, fuck that noise, fuck it all. So that's my little get that out of the way because you and I know I said I wanted to make one sentence, but then the things he keeps like more comments of like apologizing and stuff, and one of the things where he's trying to equality and women starve themselves and men don't do that. Are you fucking kidding me? There's men don't have eating disorders. Like, dude, you're just fucking stupid. You said a fucking stupid thing. Shut the fuck up already.
He's digging himself a hole, and if you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
Get the fuck out of here. So, happy Chipper Mox is back because I got that off my chest. And I'm gonna slide onto YouTube real quick and post a link in the nightly. So, how's the rest of the week in wrestling?
The
Poor
bat
AA.
was happy.
Okay, tell the story for those that haven't seen it. The bet you keep referring to. What happened?
The bat on Raw during Alexa and Ember Moon match. There was a bat.
Right
And it
next to
just seems
Ronda.
it took over the match. More people were talking about the bat on Twitter than anything else, other than the return of Dean Ambrose.
Dean fucking Ambrose is back, baby.
Hell yeah. With a new
Um,
badass look.
and but to get to the match, yes, there was a bat in the arena, and it was next to Ronda, like during the match where she was outside, and and it happens a lot. Like it happens more than you think. Like bats getting into arenas, stadiums, that kind of stuff.
He got a ringside seat. Free of charge. Well, he
Um,
did.
And you could even see her go, "Oh my God, there's a bat."
yeah, I wouldn't call that a freak out per se. It was just
Yeah.
Making a
noticed.
comment.
Like it was just like, hey, there's a bat in here next to me. It wasn't like she took off like running, screaming, crying. Um, let's get to okay. Here's happy chipper Mox going away for a minute. You do not open the show with in memory of Jim Anvil Neidhart. Like you don't even have that graphic. I was so pissed. Not even a graphic. Like later there was something that we'll talk about, but you don't open the show with a graphic. That kind of pissed me off.
So that's what was pissing you off about Raw.
Yes, that irked the shit out of me, and then how it did get brought up through Ronda's promo. Like, it didn't sit well with me, and I know that Ronda and Natalia were like shoot friends. I get that. That the promo wouldn't have been that bad. Where is the graphic? I know that's such a minute, small thing to bitch about. Where the fuck was the graphic to open the show before the opening firework? You know, sorry, I just here's my little thing.
Well, since we're on the opening show of Raw, what did you guys think about it?
This, it, uh, because wasn't it supposed to be Natty versus Bliss, but with everything that happened, a random moon appeared. Uh, it was okay. It's the same thing we've been seeing, I guess. You know, Ronda like scaring off people.
I mean, like decimating Alexa's um, security?
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't bad. I mean, Amber had a pretty bad spot at the closing, but I guess for a go home, Raw, the opening was okay.
What do you think, Metal Matt?
I thought it was fine. I will say this: it felt like one of the better Raws lately.
Oh yeah, overall the show was. I liked it. I might have to do something with the closing segment, but it did Like it was a good show. A solid B minus to B, especially for a go home show. That's unheard of anymore. Like go home shows suck so bad. Since they, aren't really go home shows anymore. Um, then we go from an Ember wins with the Eclipse.
Ember Moon.
What are you guys' thoughts on Ember? You like her, don't like her, in the middle?
I'm in the middle. She's a good wrestler. She just doesn't have a character.
That's
Yeah,
about
they
where
yeah, they need to do something with her.
I mean, even in NXT, it was always like that.
yeah, she, and again, like I want more for her, and she's putting in the work. She, just like any wrestler, occasionally has some a messed up move or spot or whatever. But I want them. There's been like no character development or little to none. Like okay, you wear badass looking eye contacts, and what else? You're the war goddess. Okay, expand on that. Do something.
And what came up next?
Not to look real quick. My memory's not like it used to be. Let's see.
There's only two things that stood out in my mind for Raw, and we already covered one
Yeah.
of them.
The bat and ding, the bat and ding, the bat and ding.
That's right.
Give me just a second.
Da 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 da
Da, da,
dun dun
da,
dun
Oh,
dun 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 dun.
it was Corbin versus Tyra Breeze in the quick squash match.
Poor Tyler.
Only Baron freaking Corbin could make a squash match boring.
Tyler tried.
Yeah.
Are
For
you
the love of
besmirching?
God, WWE, just give him back his gorgeous gimmick.
Are you besmirching the constable of Monday Night Raw? How dare you?
You're damn right I am.
Oh, swear words. It's going to be an interesting night, folks.
You're not playing Scarface, are you?
No,
Metal.
not yet anyway.
Uh-oh. Um. Okay, I got my weeks confused for a second. Sorry. Yeah, it was a squash and anywho, not much to talk about a squash, except for you bad mouthing the constable.
At least Corbin has a character now.
Finally, and he fits it perfectly well for me. Like I already liked him, but they needed something more than the gold knuckle, golden knuckle, like they
Golden Gloves.
golden gloves. Um, like just like we were just talking about with Amber, like some kind of substance to the character, expand on like okay, he's a big badass, and I think he fits this role pretty nicely.
And he looks good with a shaved head.
Matt's gonna disagree just because Matt's the long hair guy.
I mean, I think a lot of people look better with long hair, to be honest.
Well, Corbin didn't.
I actually liked Corbin with long hair. Like it wasn't a very good look, but I did want him to kind of go to full Hulk Hogan and just have a skullet, just for the LOLs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with AA on this one. He looks better with the shaved head. That was just my. I guess it because it all came together at once. The constable role and the new look. Like, hey, it's something. It's some kind of progress. Like just like Triple H shaved his head when he corporate and he can't have the long hair. Because
He
that's the
should not
corporate
have
stuff.
shaved his head.
And I agree. That's the one. Like, dude, Triple H was. He had a gorgeous mane of hair, but I get why he did. He's a businessman. He has like very high stake meetings and stuff. And then we go to Braun and Finn versus Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah,
Get
I think
these hands.
yeah, I think Corbin tried to set this up. Corbin or somebody tried to set this up as a handicap match. Finn versus KO and Jinder, and Kurt Angle made Braun Strowman Finn Balor's partner.
Yeah, and, it was Baron trying to do heel things, and then all of a sudden you have Kurt evening the odds to make a tag match. And the crowd went ape shit for Braun.
Yeah,
He organically got himself over.
yeah, I think Braun and Finn worked pretty well together.
And I was thinking of how they do like you have big dude and little dude, and I don't mean that in a bad way towards Finn because I'm like one of the biggest Finn fans, but it's kind of like Twins, the movie, Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's Mutt and Jeff.
Yeah, and they feed off of each other. Like you have this, damn it, Michael Cole, this monster among men, and you have an extraordinary guy. Dang it, Michael Cole, extraordinary man that does extraordinary things.
And I got a
They make
craving for steak.
Oh Lord, that was random. Not much happened in this match, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was what it was.
It, basically, a go home tag team match where you have Braun and Kevin Owens out not doing a one on one match, and you're keeping, and you also kind of progress the story of Corbin making this match since he faces Balor at SummerSlam. So it was your typical, not necessarily random, but tag team match before pay per view. And I believe Chanel Singh is still alive, so that's good. Because whenever Braun's around, or even just Chanel Singh being on camera, dude is going to take a vicious spot. Like it never fails. Uh, And then next up we have Ricky Roberts. I like this kind of um, Ricky Roberts. If you don't know, he's a musician from Greensboro, North Carolina, and he's really, really good, y'all. Really good, and couldn't even play the guitar. And then, well, he could play the guitar. It was on Wesley's back.
which is not a good thing to do.
What the hell are we doing with Bobby Lashley? Were they doing like? Oh,
They don't really have anything to do anything for him.
I mean, it seems like they're trying to do a feud with Elias, but they don't have a match at SummerSlam. I don't think so.
no, they made it Monday.
Oh, they
Didn't
did.
I believe they did. I could have sworn Bobby Lashley said you're on. Or, well, Elias has a concert before SummerSlam, but he has in SummerSlam concert thing too. And you know how that's going to end.
Yeah,
Even if
Bobby
it's
Lashley's going to interrupt him.
And this goes back to the Roman feud with Bobby Lashley. Like, anything Bobby Lashley is doing, it's his music interrupting somebody, whoever he's going to feud with, Roman, Elias, and that's the the feud is Roman or Bobby interrupting. I just wish they, like we're saying, a few other people, give him at least a different kind of character, something. Let's see. And we have the B Team versus Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt and the Revival and Triple Threat. And this was to see who faces, wasn't it to see who faces SummerSlam? Was that last week? Again, I'm getting my weeks. I think this was just a match. I don't think there were stakes.
I think this was a match for the titles, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because Curtis Axel stole this one. So the B team could keep the titles.
And out of this match, we do get confirmation that it's the Revival versus the B Team at SummerSlam, I believe, on the kickoff show.
Yeah, I think so. Please, please let Revival win, because I'm already so over the B Team.
That quickly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even think I was ever really a fan of them, to be honest.
I know, but it's one thing to not be a fan and then, like, just if I.
Oh, they don't have Miz heat with me just yet.
I noticed you said yet.
Yet.
And what the hell's going on with Matt Hardy's tweets? What's he talking about?
I don't know. Like, it seems like he's on the verge of retiring because apparently his lower back and pelvis have started to fuse together or something like that.
Yeah, and his obviously his and Jeff, both of their days are numbered for doing what they do. But I couldn't tell this last tweet that said something about and he tagged Bray in it on my computer. missed you or however you worded it. Are they breaking up? Is this because Matt could still be like a damn good manager or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like usually with Matt Hardy, it's been pretty cryptic. Is what he's saying. On one hand, you think, shit, Matt Hardy's retiring, and then you see him, Monday Night Wrestling. Okay, and I've never heard of the not questioning it's happening, but your spine and pelvis fusing together, like that's years and years and years of bumps. Your, your bones are deteriorating so much that you're starting to fuse together. Standard go home match. It was good, wasn't bad. Obviously, B team wins, retains. They face Revival and SummerSlam kickoff.
And that's going to be a long kickoff show, too.
It's just gonna be a long show in general.
Yes.
That's funny. I watched Milestone this past Saturday and it ended up being 4 hours, which is long for an RMP show. But it didn't seem long.
Right. It doesn't feel like it, and that's when you know it's a good show when like it feels like it flew by. Like damn, it's been 4 hours.
Yeah.
Or even just like on a Raw. I'm like, shit, it's already my time. 10:07, 10:10 with the run over. Like sometimes it's like fuck, it's only 7:15. Man, it feels like you've already been watching for 3 hours. And then when they're really good, like I didn't want that to end. It feels like it just started. And then we get to dog, don't you come in? They sure. Sorry.
Then we get to what?
This one of the dogs when the pack before went live. So you're about to hear my outside dogs go ape shit.
Oh.
Anyway, um, Roman Reigns
Oh, yeah. This.
and Paul Heyman. I want to know what was on that note. Paul Heyman hands Roman a letter. After doing Paul Heyman things. And hands Roman a letter. Roman reads it. And before he can really say too much, Heyman sprays him in the eyes with what everybody's assuming is mace. Pepper spray. Where are they going with Paul Heyman, Brock, and Roman?
Oh, they're doing what happened with CM Punk, supposedly the breakup between CM Punk and Heyman. They're saying supposedly the breakup between Brock and Heyman, but there's no breakup and yada, yada, yada.
What do you think, Matt?
I really don't know what they're doing at this point. I really don't. I guess it's supposed to be. I guess the idea a couple weeks ago was supposed to be just kind of a swerve, just kind of screw Roman, but still, it doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. Like it's so
Right.
kind of all over the place. Like it look week by week they get you in and then follow it up with fuck all this. Like what's going on? Like you just undid the previous week of what you did, and then Brock shows up unadvertised, unannounced, except it was reported that he was there, but they didn't tout like they usually do. Brock Lesnar will be here Monday, August 13th. He's going to be on Raw. Everybody tune in. It was pretty much a quote unquote surprise. Brock showing up. I want this shit to be over with. I don't care how. I don't care who. Just end it. And I'd prefer ending it with somebody other than Brock as Universal Champion. Just end it. Just get it over with.
Well, hopefully they'll wrap it all up at SummerSlam.
Hopefully. And put, if it's Roman, if it's Kevin Owens, if it's Braun, if there's turns, okay, that's better than Brock doing Brock things and the same cycle of shit we've been dealing with for a long time. Just do something different. Like finally pull the trigger and do something.
But if they do pull the trigger and put the belt on Roman, don't have a cash in.
No, please, dear God, no. Please, no.
Yeah, just
Do
stick to
not.
your guns and just have Roman be champion for a while.
We do not need Sheamus 515 again.
No, we
No,
don't.
no, no. Do not give the visualization and the Roman pinning Brock 1, 2, 3 to immediately lose it. A failed cash in, I could go with. Do not, whatever you do, have Roman pin Brock. Celebrate he finally conquered, slayed the beast. He's the Universal Champion, and have a cash in, and he loses it right away. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's weird for someone who is supposed to be the next top face of the company. They do tend to sabotage him quite a bit.
Yeah, it makes. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, they always pull the rug out from under them. Whether you like Roman, love Roman, hate Roman, or impartial, obvious things say obvious things, and they always seem to fuck up his programs. What was the point of Bobby Lashley going over at Extreme Rules just to have a number one contender match the very next Monday? Like that, you're, come on. I, it's the weirdest booking I may have ever seen in all my years watching wrestling. Just, if you have grapefruits, Vince, put the fucking belt on them and go. Will there be some booze to close out SummerSlam? Okay. When has that ever bothered you before? And Brock Lesnar is not that big of a deal anymore. Not in the WWE. Resign them if you want. Who gives a shit? Just let them be an attraction, not a title holder. If you want him to face so and so or Bobby Lashley, no, it's him being the title holder. Like you are. There's the IC championship is the only thing to fight for on Raw because the Universal Championship isn't there.
Yeah, because SmackDown, there's two men's title to fight for, and on Raw you only have the one.
I mean, the Intercontinental Championship is the belt on Raw, in my opinion. Because guess what? It's actually on fucking Raw. Like, it's there every week. And we get to how this match came about. This was kind of Bobby Roode and Titus World Slade against Mojo Rawley and the Authors of Pain. Like, isn't
What
that
the hell?
the
What the
weirdest
hell are they doing
combination?
with the?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Yeah, like what
the
the hell are they doing with the Authors of Pain?
like it? I don't. It made, in a way, like to a different degree. But if you look at the iconic duo and Authors of Pain since the call up, they've
Why,
been
why would you say such a thing like that?
big. Sorry, it's true. Like here
It
they
really
are,
is.
and you have the iconic duo beat the shit out of Charlotte, cost her the championship, and nothing. You have the Authors of Pain show up, beat the shit out of, I forget who they came out and beat, and then nothing. And I know they're there for a week or two. There were some passport issues or something. So but it's look at the physicality of the Authors of Pain. What the? They are not. They do not say we're a comedy tag team. Those are two legit big badass motherfuckers. Like, and you're treating them like they're. I hate to do this because I love them. Like they're the fashion police. Like they're not a joke. You're making them into a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, for someone like me who doesn't watch NXT, I heard down in NXT that the Authors of Pain were some badass dudes.
They were. Like they won quite a bit. They
And
were a
then they come
dominant
up to
tag
the
team.
then they come to the main roster and it's like I don't see that.
I mean, one of the
And
biggest blows to them is that they took away Paul Arroway.
yeah, the mouthpiece, and that does take some kind of I guess credibility is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
But
it
it doesn't
does.
explain like everything that has happened since their call up. I mean, in my opinion, that's just bogus booking. That's just makes zero sense. In this match, like one, and please for the love of God, get Bobby Roode heel as soon as possible. Oh, he bores the shit out of me either way. He's tolerable as a heel. And Mojo Rawley. I like this new heel turn of Mojo. He doesn't have the bright colors on anymore. I stay hyped. Where I don't get hyped with his little. Okay, you're giving your character some kind of substance, even if he's still relegated to low card. There's something there. Like, hey,
yeah, he's one of the examples where a heel turn doesn't automatically mean better booking.
yeah,
And I would just leave it at that.
yes, I know who you're talking about. Um, and we move on to Ruby Riott versus Sasha Banks.
Ruby Riott is back.
She's back, baby. Uh, Decent match.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't really much they could do.
And I once they announced it, I kind of wanted that match to go the way it did because I want more from Ruby and Sasha down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I want a bigger, longer match. Preferably, if I had to pick, like give it months, maybe a year or so, and babyface Ruby versus Sasha.
Yes.
And give them time.
Because Ruby needs a face turn. Like, she really does. Like, she's so much better as a face. Not that she's necessarily failing as a heel, because she's doing the best possible job she can.
Yeah, she doesn't fail as a heel in my mind by any means. She's just so much better as a babyface.
Yeah. I feel like their Riot Squad is just holding her back.
Yeah, I could see that. It was nice to see her in the ring again.
Yeah. And all her awesome tattoos. Yes. And I love the red tips on her hair now. That's awesome.
Yeah, that I've noticed that when she came back last week under the hood and took the hood off. Like, oh, that's cool.
Doesn't AA have something similar like that?
Yeah, I do, but I have black tips on red hair.
Ah.
They're waiting for the blonde streak to come back.
You probably won't see the blonde streak for a while.
This was basically leading maybe to something after SummerSlam kind of thing, and it was more about Sasha and Bayley. What's going to happen here? Are they really friends again? Or the boxing hug connection? It was just a time filler on a 3-hour show, basically.
Yeah, that classic stop-start booking with them.
Yeah. And then, AA, you take over here because now we're in the closing segment.
Oh, yes. The closing segment, which had this nice storyline running with Dolph Ziggler trying to get out of his match at SummerSlam because supposedly Seth Rollins was not showing up.
Oh, yeah, we failed to mention that was an ongoing thing, like every 15 minutes of them saying that Seth Rollins has not arrived, travel issues, and stuff like that.
Yes, and Dolph chewing gum like making him look like a cow chewing its cud. So we get out there into the ring when they're supposed to do their contract signing. And of course, Dolph is with Drew backing him up, being all tough and trying to intimidate Kurt, and does a pretty good job to do the Seth Rollins forfeit thing.
Yeah, he's not here, so he forfeits. There is no match.
And so Kurt finally gives in, and as soon as Dolph signs and hands the contract back to Kurt, then we hear, Burn it down.
I'm not the only one that has become even a bigger fan of Seth's theme with the burn it down added at the beginning. Like that just in the whole crowd. Burn it down.
And out comes Seth frickin' Rollins.
He's here.
And then it just gets better until he says, and that little clause where you're going to have the Scottish psychopath in your corner, I figured I should have a lunatic in mine. And lo and behold, out comes the one, the only, the lunatic fringe himself, Dean Ambrose, sporting his new badass look. And they
I got
clean the ring.
I got goosebumps.
I still get goosebumps because I
Yeah,
still watch that clip on YouTube.
just you talking about it, like how I got a few goosebumps. Like holy shit. Yeah, one detraction from it, just a little, was Seth's delivery and how long that took to, like once he started talking and how he was talking, like holy shit, Dean's back, instead of just Dean's music hitting. Like I've got a friend, you've got a Scottish sociopath, I've got a friend, and then just let Dean's music hit. Like how long it took that promo until Dean's music did hit took away just a little bit, but then you see Dean, like it didn't take away from shit. Like Dean's back.
Sporting that new look.
Yep, and he burred his hair. He is super jacked.
Looking good. And they clear the ring.
And after they cleared the ring, there was a nice little touch at the end where Dean walks over and signs the folder the contract was in and hands it to Seth for Seth to sign it.
And
There
then
you
the
go, bud.
fist bump at the end.
Yes. Please don't turn him heel. Please don't turn him heel. Please don't turn him heel. Not right now.
No,
Later, maybe.
they still need some good organic baby faces.
Matt, were you jumping up and down under your chair like we were when Dean returned? Or?
Honestly, yeah, I was because I'm very excited to see Dean Ambrose back. I missed him a lot.
9 months.
Somebody could have got pregnant and had a baby in that time.
The asylum is open.
Whoa, hey. And then you get like nitpicky comments and stuff. Is somebody playing a sonogram of a baby heart beating?
Yes.
Matt, is that you?
No,
Oh, AA?
It's not me.
Wasn't me. Anyway, I like the nitpicky things, and I do nitpick some. But Renee was doing commentary, and we cannot talk about Raw without giving a shout out to Renee Young and how good she did on
Yeah.
commentary.
she was pretty good.
Much better than Coach.
Just complete honesty, she wasn't the best thing. Like she'll get there if they keep letting her do it.
Right.
But she didn't take away from the show like Coach just consistently does. Like he kind of, I don't want to say did notice her, but that's a good thing. Like you don't, commentary shouldn't be the focus. and that's wrestling, football. That like they're just supposed to help you along. Watching, they're not supposed to be. What the fuck did this person just say? Or like Coach does, Cole will do every once in a while. Corey Graves, and I don't want to say take away from the show, especially about Corey, because he actually like commentary should be commentary, not the show. I guess, for lack of a better way, it should be helping your viewing of what you're watching, not hindering you. And she did a great job at that.
Well, Corey's also the color commentator too.
Yeah, that's Corey's job. Michael's played with PBB guy. Corey's the color commentator. What the coach is doing there, uh, but Renee fits that role so much better. Like just in her very first night, like I give me Renee Young, and I did not like Renee Young doing commentary on NXT at all. She was bad. She's so much better now. Like give me Renee Young over Coach any day of the week.
But this bear hug is a chance for Ronda Rousey to catch her breath.
That was the dumbest. Good lord. That who the oh, that was such a bad.
But now it's time for tonight's word of the hour.
And I still love. I guess it's been a month or more ago when he forgot the first hour to do word of the hour, and he started with the second hour, and Corey and Michael shut him down. And for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they talked to each other so fast that Byron could, or not Byron, that Coach couldn't get a word in edgewise. Like that, I was dying laughing.
I don't remember that.
This I forget what row it was. I think it was right around Extreme Rules, and Coach does his word of the hour stuff, and he didn't do it the first hour, and so beginning of the second hour, my Twitter's blowing up because everybody's saying, which is bullshit. Everybody's saying, I didn't do my word of the hour, so I need to do my word of the hour now. And Corey and Cole both like, nope, you had your chance, we're done. And then a match was happening, and they talked to each other like nonstop. Like one would stop and the other would, like sometimes there's pauses, like they for a good 10 minutes. Like they were giving Coach. They didn't say anything about Coach. They were literally both calling the match, and you could tell it was purposefully done so Coach couldn't talk. I found that hilarious. Um, Again, overall, good Raw, good go home show for sure.
The Bat and Dean Ambrose.
You and your bat game.
Come on, I like the Bat.
Doesn't surprise me.
So I'm a little batty.
some my ass. You're you're a lunatic, Michael.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad to remind you.
On to
Dang it.
Smacky Down.
Smacky down.
Smacky down. Smacky down, smacky down.
Man, I'm gonna rely on you here for the most part because I once again did not watch SmackDown.
Yeah, I got the results right here. And so the show started off with a promo between Carmella, Becky, and Charlotte. And probably the most notable part of this promo is where Charlotte said that Carmella was a diva living in a woman's world. And sorry, Matt DSM, I'm going to break your heart on this, but she is.
And didn't
Sorry.
she actually own it later on
Yeah, I think
Twitter?
she outright said, "I'm
Yeah,
proud to be a diva."
yeah, she owned that shit. Like she's running with it. And this is funny that she also just left Total Divas.
Yeah,
Like she's no longer on Total
I,
Divas. For
the smartest the smartest decision she's ever made.
And then Paige comes out and shuts her down.
And she ends up making a tag match with Becky and Charlotte versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
can we talk about how much of a push Sonya Deville could get? You know, later on. I know right now there's different people ahead of her, but Sonya Deville is like a low key, legit star.
Honestly, when Becky wins the title, her and Sonya could have a good feud.
Yeah, that would actually because they match up well.
Yeah.
When Becky wins the title.
Yeah,
When
there's no if
when
here.
it better happen. That's all I would say. It better happen. It needs to happen. It has to happen. It just has to happen.
I knew that'd get you going.
And honestly, it does.
Yeah, she needs to because it's the right time. She has all the momentum in the world. There's nothing left for Carmella to do as champion, and Charlotte's had the title plenty of times. Becky's first run didn't go well because she pretty much got screwed over at every possible turn. Becky needs to win the title this time. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it that's like honestly, fandom aside and stuff. Like honestly, the story is saying Becky wins it. Yeah, at SummerSlam. Like that's for the
Yeah.
Bella's had her run. Charlotte doesn't need it to a small degree. Becky doesn't need it, but at the same time, she does. If you look at it in a way of Roman versus Brock, it kind of parallels to some degree. Like Roman has to be Brock, like it that for different reasons, but that story has to conclude there with Roman leaving his champ. The Becky underdog babyface story has to end with her walking out as SmackDown Women's Champ.
I'm sure Metal Man agrees with that.
I
Yep.
mean, when the writing's on the wall so much, the story is very basic, kind of hard to fudge it up.
Let's hope it happens because
We'll
it
keep our
needs to
fingers
happen.
crossed for Becky.
Oh, because I don't want to talk to Matt following that.
Regardless of the result, because I'm going to be extremely happy or extremely pissed off.
And then didn't they do one of the vignettes for Daniel Bryan and The Miz.
Yeah, one of many, 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 many vignettes.
Yeah, that and again didn't watch, but I watched the YouTube clips, and WWE is known for their video packages, and they were really good. Like you might not think so, at least on this side.
Yeah, I try not to watch anything Miz related.
Well, they were. It was kind of one-sided, though. It was pretty much Miz-sided.
And real quick, I'm not even sure if he listens, but Matt DSM, Rockstar fucked up so hard tonight on Big Brother. Oh my, what was she thinking? She fucked herself twice. She could have saved herself, and wow, she messed up twice, big time. And now she's probably going home tomorrow. So I hope you're listening, Matt, the other Matt DSM. Oh, that was, and I know you guys, and probably nobody that listens to us watches Big Brother, but the more than I do, and good lord, how stupid can you be? Anyway, so back to the grappling stuff.
All right, so next up was the Bludgeon Brothers squashing the triple threat.
That didn't even get to be a match. The bell didn't even ring.
Yeah, it was much it. It was the same stuff that you saw from the Bludgeon Brothers before. It's really nothing new. Like this easily could have just been cut off the show.
Yeah.
And I'm so lack of better, like the SmackDown tag team division is so underwhelming to me right now. I guess you still have the New Day, you still have the Usos. They're, the bodies are there, the teams are there. It's just what the story they're telling with. Uh,
Well, Sanity could feasibly take the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, Sanity should have won this little tournament that they had, but for whatever reason, they decided not to.
hey, can I invite Granny real quick? Hey,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and that doesn't that fall under the There's gonna be a snake under my feet. I heard something rattling. I will scream like a little bitch and leave the episode. Um, that so you call them up. First and foremost, strike one. Nikki Storm, Nikki Cross, then come with you. Strike one. Actually, that's strike one and two. Screw that. That's strike one, two, and three. You're out. Like, sorry, I love me some Nikki Cross. And then, again, another directionless team. And everybody got quiet. I guess was that a hot take or something?
I mean, you're right. Like it seems like they have no clue what to do. Really, with a lot of people on SmackDown, like the Iconics, they have zero clue what to do with. It's the same with Sanity. They just not only did they take away really one of their best members for what reason I have no idea, but they just don't have much of a direction.
And I just got a message saying I sent him like I'm on speakerphone.
That you're like, what?
On speakerphone?
Oh,
Oh. And I thought I was improving my mic issues.
you'll get there.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means soon you won't sound like you're on a speakerphone.
Do I sound like it to you guys?
Not really.
Uh-uh.
Hmm. I just work here.
Good excuse.
It helped every once in a while, you know, like if I could get a station set up and not outside. I wonder, like the outside noise, the wind, and the ambience of Louisiana is starting to
Nightlife.
help. Right, William? Fucking snakes.
Nightlife of Louisiana. The nightlife of Louisiana.
You know I will shit if a alligator like, shows up in my front yard. Like I'm just waiting. We've had everything else. We've had snakes and beavers and raccoons and skunks. And I'm just waiting for the day. Like I'll walk outside and a damn alligator's in my front yard. Like okay, and like everything else. Like okay, well we got rid of that problem.
I'm calling animal control for the gator.
See, we don't have animal control. Believe it or not, you guys do not realize how small of a place I live at. Like we don't have animal control. You can call like a exterminator that charges up the ass, but there's no calling a local animal control. It's it's a jacked up situation. We don't even have a Burger King. Damn it!
Hee hee
I had to say it before because
hee.
I had to say it before because I know Matt was going to hit me with it. I knew that was coming.
You should never
So
said anything.
I
I mean,
preempted.
Mox, are you saying that you can never have it your way?
You're a jackass. I don't know why or how we're friends. I, uh,
Now I'm hungry for Burger King.
damn it, AA. I'm always hungry for Burger King. Uh,
Okay, and then we had. Then I know there was part 2 of the Daniel Bryan versus the Miz. That again was pretty much one-sided.
and I still think, I think Daniel Bryan has already re-signed without it being reported as such. I just have a little inkling in my body that he has resigned.
Yeah, I think so as well because their WWE 2K19 is doing a showcase mode on his career, so
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that he wouldn't resign.
that's well. I was saying this a couple months ago. I got both parties, WWE and Daniel Bryan, are smart enough to get that deal done and also leave it secret, if you will, or you know they're not going to put a press release out about it. If that makes sense. And we are now joined by um, another co-host of mine from Thursdays at 10, 9 Central, Greeny, Thomas F.K. Green from Whacked Out Wrestling.
Yeah, that's the
Yay!
one I wanted.
Oh
I
my
needed to be
god!
yeah, I needed to be fashionably late. I would have been earlier, but unfortunately, I had a few things to do on this one.
Boo, having things to do. Boo.
Yep,
How are you?
not bad. Unfortunately, I'm throwing up on these ones too much because Dave Meltzer said I might be fat, but still.
Ah, yeah, that was the very first line tonight was me. You know, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Yep.
There shall be
Uh,
no besmirching of the iconics
Yes.
ever.
Yes, well, I'll have to go on to that one first for tomorrow's show, but I'm not sure what line I want to use. But those shows and our things are the ones that are perfectly willing to say the word implants.
I got. We're talking about boobs here.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, they're. I don't. It's just a. And I said earlier, like I might go more rage tomorrow because
yeah,
we rage a lot, but
yes,
um, it's just it's so fucking stupid. Like
yes,
what it, and then the backtracking and the apologies are just making it worse.
yeah. And honestly, it's just nicer to say it more respectfully. Like I can think that most of the people here with with AA as the likely exception on it would agree that as the nicest way to put it, we are an exact opposite in the regards to I would hit Peyton Royce so hard whoever pulled me out of her would become the next king of England by divine right sense.
Whoa, whoa, okay. This isn't a PG show, but it's that's a bit much.
Yes.
Huh.
A little too far, Greeny. A little too far.
Well, don't worry about it. About it. I could go further on Billy in that case, but still.
Anyway, we were talking about SmackDown, and the next match was New Day Insanity. It was a decent enough match. It was pretty much just a tune-up match for New Day, really, before their match at SummerSlam, and I hope that New Day wins because Bludgeon Brothers have their time with the belt. Now it's time for New Day to do theirs, to reclaim the titles.
Yeah, and see that's what I was saying earlier about the tag division. Is it on SmackDown on both shows really, but they're it's such a mess. Like, who do you put it on? Do you go back to the Usos? Do you go to New Day? You later on down the road get it to Sanity? Like, what the?
There needs to be some like new blood somehow.
Yeah, but that was really the problem with the tournament as a whole, where right now there's not that much in the tag team division for it, and it was even with a strong tag team division. Like they sent over the Bar and sent over some Gallows and Anderson. Heck, Gallows and Anderson didn't even make the cut for the tournament.
Like something, anything other than
How can they do that to Abs Anderson?
Abs Anderson. Nice.
Well, at the very least, it's fair that his hot Asian wife did add a fourth child to their family, so it might have been paternity leave. So
True.
Oh well. It's just so, and I don't know what you do to right the ship for Raw and SmackDown's the entire tag team division.
yeah,
But something needs to be done. It's I
well,
know that
this is why I wasn't happy with the concept of Sasha and Bailey being the first tag champs, because the way to right the tag team division would be to make some more pure tag teams and top teams in it. And SmackDown's doing that well because the Bludgeon Brothers are a pure tag team. New Day is a pure tag team. Maybe they could be doing more, but they're a pure tag team. And on Raw, they are trying to build up some more tag. And
and they're you see the trying,
yeah,
but the trying and the executing aren't meeting hand in hand. For
yeah.
like
And it's
they're
also the problem because there's not really that much in the cupboard in NXT to really fix things by throw some more teams on it. The Undisputed Era should stay down until Kyle O'Reilly's or Bobby Fish's isn't injured anymore, for one.
Yeah.
And then you have War Raiders, who are basically another Bludgeon Brothers, so you can't really have them called up with a fast track either.
if you overcook a steak, no amount of seasoning or butter is going to help. Right? Don't add stuff to something that's already fucked up. Like fix the steak first. Don't like, hey, here's more tag teams and here's more tag teams.
Yeah.
Let's make the division bigger. Let's add some seasoning. No, fix the underlying problem with your current tag team, and then add more teams.
Yeah. Well, at least they have been trying to do that with the fact that there's more pure tag teams than just thrown together teams, for one. For another, they have done things like they made it clear that the Revival could beat Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley put together, and they got back to it may be old school, but a pure tag team should mop the floor up with two singles competitors thrown together, especially if it's a plot point that those two singles competitors hate each other. The Russo and Heyman concept of their tag team, they hate each other and they're feuding, but they're tag team champs together. How weird is that? Has to die for the tag team division to be built up.
Hey,
I'm just thinking about steak right now.
hey. Nice.
So, what was next on the SmackDown list?
Well, next up was Almas versus Aiden English. I'll be honest, I really don't give a rat's ass about this feud.
More swear words from Matt. Oh, that's 2 in one night. That's holy crap.
Man, I just could not care less about this whole Rusev Day drama thing.
I think I was listening to Vince Russo during this.
Eh, like it.
I mean, the match itself was fine. I mean, it was what it was, but
And I'm kind of with you on that vote. For one, in my opinion, the Rusev Day meme became a meme, and
yeah,
it's just. And I like Rusev. Hell, I even like Lana, but it's as Grinny would put it, it's became a dank meme. And I do like that they're doing a Selena Almas match, like maybe for the future, just not here. Like it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still a case where this is a good spot for Almas that it's clear. Yeah, he's on the rise. So
Yeah, at least there's that. He's not doing dark matches before SmackDown and shit like that.
yeah, and it's if anything, it's just the problem that Rusev is in the level where the fans demanded he be a face, but he would have had so much more space if he was a heel right now. There's just no way to put it like that.
God bless you. Yeah, he's in a very precarious position of, given the timing and everything of it. The fans getting behind him. He kind of did some face things for a while, but then they pulled back on that, and now you add in the Rusev Day Club breaking, and like it's just it's so distracting, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. Okay, it just takes away from.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just the big problem that SmackDown's just really face top heavy right now on the singles side. So you just adding Rusev just takes away someone who could be a top heel on the show. There's no reason he couldn't be in the same position Samoa Joe's in there, but adding him to this one and he's kind of lost in the shuffle. It just seems like what the fans wanted was not the right move.
Yeah, and that um, and maybe it was the could have been the right move, and this goes back with like so many different performers. Pull the trigger. Let's see, give them the sink or swim. Is it a meme, or are you that over? And then let's go with it from there. If that makes sense. Like, don't this wishy washy shit is just because now you don't have a face Rusev. Now you don't really have a heel Rusev. You just have Rusev.
Yeah. And it's
Like,
also the problem because it's not even just get rid of the wishy-washy shit on the WWE side. It's the fans haven't decided if he's a true love or a passing fancy yet. Because I thought that he wasn't a dank meme the second that Lana, one of the worst wrestler of the women in the company right now, the worst his worst person on the roster, and someone who wasn't even respected or liked that much by the fans anyway, because she could be a bitch on social media, was suddenly a babyface because of Rusev Day. And people accepted that. I thought that was the moment that it said, yeah, there's something with this Rusev Day. And then Extreme Rules happened.
yeah,
And they chant for Rusev Day in every match except Rusev's match, and they say, "Nope, dank meme."
I don't. I just some things have leave me baffled, lost for words.
Mhm.
AA, are you a Rusev Day lady or?
Nope, I never have been.
Well, why not? Come on.
Why not? Because to me it was just 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 a crazy gimmick. I never fell for it.
How could you say something like that on Rusev Day of all days?
Oh,
Because
God.
I'm not a Rusev Day fan.
Honestly,
Oh.
same here.
That got old, like literally within 2 days.
Right.
Honestly, in my opinion. But it's Rusev Day. That that got so annoying.
Yeah.
Twitter,
This is one of
social
the
media,
worst Rusev Days ever.
it got so annoying. Like very, very quickly. It just because everything went it went from like the actual promo of it's Rusev Day to 2 days later every freaking comment, every tweet, Rusev Day, and that shit wears thin real quick. Like
It even got bad in the daily
Mm-hmm.
on CSS.
it just when overdone. Speaking of steak, hey,
Hmm.
it,
I
it,
like my
it,
steak medium rare.
you're a much better person than Brock Lesnar, then. But it it gets so annoying that it turned me off from what they could have done or tried to do. Like I just couldn't stand the everything was replied. But how could they do that on hashtag Rusev Day? Even shit that it got to the point where Roman gets brought up in articles that have zero shit to do with Roman. But Roman gets brought up. It got to that point like very quickly. No way they do this on Rusev Day. No way they. It got on my nerves like so bad. Like they instantly killed it. I know they were trying to help it, but some fans instantly killed it.
Yeah, but that's just because they didn't go further with it, aside from just a joke on it. Like,
Yeah,
if they had to, why use Lana for it? Why not bring back an old, established manager to make it bigger? Step one, cut a hole in the box. Step two, put the former manager of the Twin Towers in that box. Step three, make them open the box. It's the slick in a box.
Cute.
I just they um, what else happened on SmackDown?
Well, as it turns out, SmackDown finally remembered that Shelton Benjamin was on their roster because it was Shelton Benjamin versus Jeff Hardy.
And it's funny enough because I think on the Sunday, it might have been Monday, house show Benjamin had a match. Like, holy shit. I forgot he was employed with WWE. B, I forgot he was on SmackDown. Oh, it was the match. Ty Dillinger got hurt. Facing Shelton Benjamin. Like, shit, I completely forgot. Talk about a wasteful return.
Yeah.
Well, Shelton Benjamin's basically warm body right now. That's pretty much all he is.
Yeah, yeah. It was the report of Ty getting hurt and them throwing up the X that Ty was having a match against Shelton. Oh shit! I forgot. And that's not like a joking, like some people say things like that in joking manners. Like he hasn't been on in Lord knows how long. Like I legit forgot. I knew he was still employed. I just couldn't tell you what brand he was on.
I totally forgot he was employed.
Don't answer the phone, Shelton. Do not answer. They cannot fire you if you don't answer the phone. Sorry, some crime time joke in there. What else on SmackDown?
Yeah, so the final segment on SmackDown was AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, bringing AJ's family into it again. This time to a bit of a lesser response.
Yeah, bringing in the letter supposedly from his wife. Air quotes.
Well, his AJ's wife really is named Wendy. And he had literally just said it right before Joe came out with the letter from Wendy. AJ had just brought up his wife Wendy. So I don't see where the confusion is. Like, is Joe talking about his wife, his daughter? Like AJ had literally just brought it up.
I just thought it was just an overdone piece of thing of bringing in another superstar's family. I mean, they had done that with Lashley just a couple of months ago. It was just too soon.
Yeah, I get that. I just don't think it failed as much as some people might think. But yeah, it is. I don't want to say played out because it always done right. Like there's always a small place to break kayfabe, and this might not have been the best way to do it. Yeah, Joe could read me the McDonald's menu and ooh, we're sign up for this McDonald's match.
Well, there's other ways they could have brought out for Joe to play mind games with AJ and avoid the whole family thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So I didn't care for that. And as good as Joe is to me, Joe didn't even seem comfortable reading that supposed letter.
Yeah, and I think you and I have talked about this before, where Joe is one of the most easiest to read when he's not comfortable with something. Like he's a fantastic promo, which makes it easier to read with what he's about to promo or say that he's not quite comfortable with it because there's a slight variation, there's a slight difference in how he delivers it. And
Yeah, because it's not him.
I think last night was one of those times. I'll do it, but I'm not really comfortable with it because it's not the Joe, grabbing Paul Heyman's, throat, and like that's Joe. This was you can always see when he doesn't quite feel right with what he's about to deliver. Just a glimmer of, man, I don't like this. I don't, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Matt, what
Makes
did you
sense to
think?
me.
Matt, would you?
I thought the promo itself was fine. It just felt a bit awkward this time around. I don't know why. It didn't quite hit home the same way it did last week.
Brittany, did you watch SmackDown?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Honestly, the big problem on this one was that the issue on this match is that you can't really bring things into storylines that, if you think about it, could be destroyed with 30 seconds of changes for it. This is like that scene in this romantic comedy where they have this big breakup on something that, just talk to them for 1 second, you'll know isn't what it looks like. And really, that's how it is. All you would have to say at home is, "So, Wendy, did you send any letters to Samoa Joe?" "No, what are you talking about?" Done. No reason for AJ Styles to be mad anymore.
Yeah. And there's several flaws like that in any wrestling, any promo. Like you get the especially when you involve this kind of stuff. Like there's always the, well, ask the source. And before she nods over and starts snoring into the microphone, AA went to Rocky Mountain Road.
I went to their 8th anniversary,
Nice.
which they call milestone, and I got to meet and shake hands with Al Snow
Nice.
and Stevie Richards. He looks better now than he did in his prime.
Al Snow or Stevie Richards?
Stevie Richards. Al Snow still looks pretty good too.
Did they actually wrestle?
They wrestled.
They didn't wrestle each other, did they?
Yeah, they did.
No way. Nice.
Yes, they did. It was great to watch.
Well, don't leave us hanging. Tell us about the match. Who won? Who kind of things? Does Al Snow still carry head?
Head was there. Of course, Head is there.
Okay.
You gotta have Head.
Did Snow give head to Stevie Richards in the match?
Nope. They tried. Al tried, but the ref was pretty good at keeping Head out of the match. They had a female ref too. That ref this match. But it was a back and forth match. I don't think there was really a winner or a loser in it. But Al did finally pick up the win.
Were
Of
you
course.
entertained? But were you entertained?
I was very entertained. It went 4 hours, but I didn't think it was 4 hours. I didn't think it was that long because I was that entertained with it. Curtis Cole took a dive that gave him a slight concussion.
Oh.
Scared the living daylights out of most of us.
Have you heard any follow up?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay, just
Talked to him
one of those
today.
spots that looked really bad. It came out okay.
Yeah, he said it scared him.
Hold on. Yeah, my computer just froze up for some reason.
Oh, I know how that goes.
Been there, done that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bit of news. I'm not sure why. There's a little bit of confusion as to why, but it seems like Vince Russo's left RMP.
Seriously?
Seriously.
What the hell could have happened?
From what I understand, now this is, I'm not sure, but somebody called Vince out on something that wasn't true and they didn't check their facts. And it got to be a big whole mess.
I saw something. I want to say yesterday or the day before. There's something about. I wasn't sure what it had to do with. I didn't know if it had to do with Rocky Mountain Pro or something completely unrelated. That Russo wasn't happy with somebody.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with someone. He felt disrespected because this person called him out on something, didn't check his facts. And it was a pretty nasty, from what I could figure out, it was pretty nasty. And so Vince Russo just left RMP.
Hmm. That sucks. Weird.
Let's see, Trigger Warning had to disband. They lost their match against the Left Coast Gorillas.
We lost Matt.
Huh?
We lost Matt.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, we lost Greeny.
Yeah. His computer must have frozen again. He's probably rebooting.
And check your Twitter, by the way, if you have a chance, please. AA.
Check my Twitter.
Meatloaf. I miss Dennis. I know that's weird since I was the one aggravated by him so much. I wasn't even aggravated. Everybody just took it like I was. Anyway. So the Left Coast Gorillas, sorry. Phase 2.
Left Coast Gorillas said they won, so they got their tag team match. For the tag team championship, which they won.
Are they the new tag team champions?
Yes, they are.
Nice.
The world's most dangerous tag team. And that's what I'm looking for.
I still want to go have a beer with those guys. They just seem like they'd be so much fun.
Oh, Aligato she's great too. She won the Lockett's championship, so she's Lockett's champion.
They call them the Lockets.
Lockets.
Lockets. That's cool.
Yeah, but she's a real sweet person too. She really is.
Does she play face or heel? I can't remember.
Allie, she's a face,
Okay.
but you don't want to piss her off.
Well, that goes to a lot of women. Don't piss me off. Sorry, bad wife joke there. My wife is nice until you piss her off, and hell has no fury.
That's right. Hell have no fury. So, um, Curtis Cole ended up losing his belt to Tyler Stinson.
Boo,
Yeah, that's what we all said.
boo, boo. Isn't Tyler the one?
Wish I have a picnic, boo boo.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, Tyler's that one.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. Man, you're in the wrong business.
Who?
Um, that one.
Oh,
If you take your tweet like that, you can't be so sensitive or whatever. Like that. Yeah. Like
well,
you know,
anyway, it's funny.
yeah. It's funny. But I'm still trying to get over the news of Russo leaving or possibly leaving.
Yeah, it's but from what I understand, he's left.
I wonder how much of a now who needs to WD 40 their door hinges?
Not me.
Matt,
Yes.
I heard a door opening. Anyway, um, I wonder where they go from here if that is the case.
I don't know.
I'm sure they have other writers. They'll just have to find another head writer.
Yeah, and as much as he gets shit on, he's not that bad.
Hey, he had some pretty good storylines going in RMP.
Matt, did you catch MLW?
Yep. Yeah, I did. It was pretty solid for what it was.
I've never seen a single show.
The opening match was Leon Scott versus Barrington Hughes. It barely got started, and the Death Machines came in and interfered.
Did you say Death Machine game?
Yeah, the Death Machines. It's Sammy Callahan, Leon
Oh.
Scott, and Sawyer Fulton.
Oh, I misheard you for a second, and like I thought it was a gimmick match with the Death Machine. Like, oh, it's violent. Tell us more. Tell us more. Sammy Callahan has really come into his own, I guess. I know a lot of people don't like him.
Yeah, so Cotto Brazil and Sammy Callahan have an impromptu match, and this was pretty good. Sammy ends up getting the win, and then we see the New Heart Foundation trying to recruit Brian Pillman Jr.
And did Pillman go for it?
He was hanging out with them, but later on in the show, we also saw Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster, try to get him as well, trying to recruit him as well. So Brian Pillman Jr. is sort of caught in the middle here.
I just to be honest, I think I've seen maybe 2 Brian Pillman Jr. matches, and no disrespect or anything, not his dad, but he's getting there. Like
He has a lot of potential.
yeah.
Like he just started out, so
Yeah, that's
So the next match is MJF versus Joey Janela, MLW Middleweight Championship, in a Falls Count Anywhere match. It even starts out backstage.
nice.
They
Bad boy Joey Janela.
They fracture the crowd, and MJF ends up going crotch first into a steel pole.
I haven't checked in a while. Where is MJF on the CZW weekly standings? Have you looked recently?
I haven't checked in a while. Hopefully, it's as low as it can possibly go.
I said that when the first time you were on the podcast. Like I don't like him.
Same here.
And I think
Like
that episode it was first. I know.
So the finish of the match comes up on the stage. Aria Blake ends up turning on Joey Janela, helps MJF retain the title. So it looks like MJF and Aria Blake are an on-screen couple now.
Testing 1 2 3.
There's no testing this time of night.
Yeah, I had to switch to my tablet, so just trying to make sure it works.
We don't do testing around here, sir. I can hear you.
Okay.
I was telling us about MLW.
Yep, it's hard because I like what I've seen from MLW, but haven't gotten to see the last few episodes yet.
Yeah, so the Falls Count Anywhere match was fine. It was what it was. Joey Janela should have won. Get that title off of MJF.
I can't stand God bless you. I can't stand MJF. Like seriously.
Same here, right? The most generic wrestler. All right, with the most generic rich guy gimmick.
And it's not just like the character. Like I just don't like him. But few and far between when you say or hear me say, like I don't like so and so. Without it being like in kayfabe kind of thing, but I just don't like MJF. Like he's
Yep, it's weird with him because with MJF, just his age and how high he's gotten to the point that
Yeah, within the next couple years, he's going to be in WWE, and I'm just not sure if it's going to be a good thing or not.
You sound completely different from your.
Yeah, that's because I'm on a crappy tablet, so.
In my opinion, it kind of sounds better. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What else happened on MLW?
So after that match, Sammy Callahan tries to recruit Jimmy Havoc for the upcoming War Games event.
Good luck, Sammy.
Yeah, so there's going to be a War Games event, and it looks like it will be a MLW Fusion TV episode. It's going to be taped on September 6th. And there's going to be a War Games match. On this episode, it will, on the MLW website, they pretty much have the entire lineup, but on here, on the TV taping so far on this particular episode, so far it's Shane Strickland, Cotto Brazil, and Berthing Hughes versus Sammy Callahan, the Death Machines, and the Death Machines.
Why? Why did they put Barrington Hughes in that match? Just from the stuff I've seen, that guy is terrible. Like, seriously, you can tell when someone's a good fat guy and when someone's a bad fat guy. Barrington Hughes is a bad fat guy.
So next up, Team Filthy are challenged to a match by Colonel Robert Parker in a stud stable. And it looks like it's going to be a dojo fight.
What's a dojo fight? In the
I
dojo?
don't know. I don't know.
Probably just, I'm assuming, no disqualifications. And that's probably it.
So another fancy name for a street fight.
Basically.
So next up, it looks like the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, are now no longer a part of Promociones Dorado, which is Selena de Orlenta's company that she has in MLW.
Oh, and the rumors of Pentagon and Phoenix coming to WWE. Oh.
Who's coming to WWE?
What now?
Who's coming to WWE?
Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lucha Party.
yeah, it's important. It's possible.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see it as a problem because Phoenix's whole Lucha Underground gimmick was he was exactly wrestling WWE's main event style. Get beaten to death with everybody's finishing moves, pop back up like nothing happened again, and hit your finisher and win. He's perfectly set to be a star in WWE. Pentagon Jr.
Phoenix isn't a problem to me as much as Pentagon Jr.
Honestly, I don't know because he's a skeleton ninja who will take people's arms for his master. By all intents and purposes, he's Becky Lynch if she wasn't into steampunk.
I've always worried since the for a few years now. It's just a very small, worrisome
Hmm.
things. Pentagon Junior, Pentagon Dark, Pentagon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like in a WWE environment, they're
Honestly, the thing I'd be more worried about Pentagon Junior is if he does like Grand Metalik did on it, where he knows damn well he'll never be allowed to be Pentagon Junior in a WWE ring because AAA or the Pentagon Junior gimmick. So he secretly says, "Okay, I'm going to be Dark Dragon again," and then just go because Dark Dragon may have been fun, and they were a team before this. The Lucha Brothers could still be there, but no one wants to see him as Dark Dragon. They want Pentagon Junior.
yeah.
Zero metal.
Yep, and that's another thing because if you do Cero Miedo, basically you've got someone else who's tailor made for WWE. Cero Miedo is literally effectively the Spanish word for never give up.
Federal metal means 1,000 deaths.
No, it means
No,
no
that's
fear.
Mil Muertes.
Oh, I'm confused. Sorry. Somebody sent me a message at the same time. Yeah. Sorry. I got a message and at the same time I try to talk. I know. I know word good.
Yeah. Yeah, but that would help on it where they need to have different words that would work for great luchadors for it. King Mystery, Rey Mysterio, the Grand Metal, Grand Metalik, El Buzo de Manguito, the Great Warrior.
So what else happened in MLW?
Well, the main event was Teddy Hart versus John Hennigan.
That is
Yeah.
possibly the greatest match concept that I never wanted to see.
I
Yeah,
thought you said Teddy Long for a second, and I was about to roll over.
Yeah, it was it took a while to get started, but once it did, it was pretty good. Even though it was distracting that Teddy Hart was wearing Viscera's world's largest love machine pajamas for some reason.
It's Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart's reasons can just be the fact that he's Teddy Hart, with a possible consideration of cocaine to help drug.
You sound like you're in a fishbowl now. All of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was a pretty good match for the most part. John Hennigan ends up getting a roll up for the win. So that's last week's MLW. It was pretty good for what it was.
I love how John Hennigan from promotion to promotion has different names. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why I find that so. Like it's there. Like I don't know why I find it kind of funny. Like everywhere he goes, he's a different name. Anything else or
I think that might just about do it.
I think that covers it all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know who did that. I'm not even gonna ask. All right, guys. Well, you guys, if we're done, there's Sorry, we're an hour late. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
My fault. My fault. It's all my fault.
No, things happen.
Nope, it's all
Mm-hmm.
my fault.
Okay, it's AA's fault. Blame AA. Hate
Yeah.
mail, send to AA.
Yeah, I
Fine.
don't see it as being an hour late. I see it as being 26 hours late, so no big, or 25 hours late, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a Tuesday special, and that didn't happen. But um, well, shoot, we didn't get into. We're gonna have to talk somehow. We didn't do any kind of SummerSlam predictions, and I know Green and I have Black Hat Wrestling tomorrow. Then I'm on. Um, I won't say Violent Wrestling podcast. I'm on Ruthless Aggression Era podcast Friday. Um, are you guys free Saturday afternoon to do a SummerSlam prediction show? I guess maybe after.
Well, I know I'm on Shooting Debris for a similar SummerSlam prediction show, so there's that. So
Yeah, maybe after Shooting Debris.
yeah, yeah, I'm getting on so many so many podcasts now. I think I'm actually starting to get close to Conrad Thompson's record. So
We have not spoken one word about predictions,
hmm
and or Granny, you and I do Thursdays pretty late.
yeah,
Um, maybe or Matt and AA, are you free tomorrow to do a prediction show?
hmm
Like before like that wrestling?
I'm free.
yep.
Matt?
And hopefully this time I won't try to talk over you that much. So
I may still be loopy, but I'm free.
We love Luffy AA. So there's
yeah,
no problem there.
Loopy is
Matt?
always good because
Oh, you never know what I'm gonna
Yeah.
like. I was
I will.
talking about steak earlier, so and Burger King.
half my shows are done while under the ethered up some computers and dusters up viewpoints of me that can never be totally said.
Well, Metal Matt, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at melmat15, and I also have the Ruthless Regression Era podcast this Friday. Mox is going to be joining the show. We're going to be talking about not just WrestleMania 19 video game on GameCube, but also Lita's book, Lita, A Less Traveled ROAD, The Reality of Amy Dumas. So that'll be a fun episode.
My queen.
And how about you, Mr. Green?
You can find me on Whacked Out Wrestling Thursday nights, as well as on my Twitter TGreenS Night, or on Cage Side Seats, where I spend a large amount of my time on this one. Too much because apparently this week has proven I have no life, so I'm very easy to find.
Oh
And what
yeah, I failed to mention Granny's on vacation this week.
and what about you, Mox?
You can find me in a rabbit hole hiding from the world. No, I'm on Twitter at fireman6809. Don't forget to follow us at Violent Wrestling, no G at the end, on Twitter. Email us, Violent Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com.
G on the end.
Yes, G on the end on the email. Stupid. Twitter wouldn't let me put the G on the end. So that's where you can find me. Hey, and just a quick thing for those that are listening, I don't mean to. fantasy football is coming up, and I'm starting the new season. Anybody wants to join, email me d.carter614@gmail.com or send me a message on Twitter. If you're from Cage Side Seats, there's a fan post about it. One league's already full. The second league's half full. Last year we had 5 leagues. So if you're into fantasy football or fantasy sports or just want to give it a try, I know Metal Matt doesn't play. He's not into football and stuff, but even he's giving it a try. So
Yeah.
if you want to join, just give me.
And remember, it's double points for every Brown you pick.
So Adam wins.
And you can find me on Twitter at Lady Roshana, LadyRoschana. And you can find me on Twitch at Violent Wrestling Podcast, no G. Or you can also find Rocky Mountain Pro on Twitch. Or in the daily and sometimes the nightly as Ambrose Alley.
Ambrose Alley. At Rocky Mountain Pro, just for those on Twitch that don't follow, there's a lot more like behind the scenes kind of stuff. They let their wrestlers run the accounts from time to time. Like you can be talking to anybody.
Yes, they're very interactive with their fans.
It's not just like a video thing. Like they're one day you can be talking to Curtis Cole, the next day
Matt Yaden.
Yeah.
You can be talking to one of the Left Coast Gorillas.
It's a very cool AA and Rocky Mountain Pro got me into Twitch. I've never used it, I've heard of it. But they very interactive. They let their wrestlers run it for when they can. And they actually talk to you, they acknowledge you.
Oh yes, they're very good at that. So give a shout out to some of our other fellow podcasts like Shooting Debris on Saturdays. They're going to be starting an hour earlier this Saturday for their breakfast show.
So they'll start 10 Central, 9, or 10 Eastern, 9 Central.
There's a 10 in the morning now.
For their breakfast shows, they always start an hour early. So it'll be 10 your time.
And of course, we can't forget the Ruthless Aggression Era podcast.
Well, of course.
No way we can forget that.
I forget the host of that show. Some dude. What was his name?
Some Becky fan, I think.
Yeah, some Becky iconic fan. Shoot, what was his name?
Metal Matt.
Oh yeah, there it is. Our great friend Metal Matt.
Our lifesaver at times, Metal Matt.
Yeah, like he's got us out of some jams a whole bunch of times. We basically decided he's just part of the Violent Wrestling podcast. family. Like, whether he wants it or not, like, you're here. No, there's no turning back.
He's stuck with us.
And that airs Friday night at 9 Eastern or 10 Eastern. Wait a minute. I'm getting my
8 Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
okay.
6 Mountain.
5 Pacific.
And of course, we can't forget Mr. Green's podcast and your other podcast, Mox.
You know,
Wow, we actually get advertised once. That's amazing.
Well,
Brittany
of
brought it up,
course.
but we do Whacked Out Wrestling Thursdays, 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Yep, we're the late night podcast for which gives it much more irreverence than the average wrestling podcast. Also, I may or may not be wearing any pants, but that's besides the point.
And that's why we are way late night.
Mhm.
We're getting there though. We talk about, like, you think this podcast isn't PG. Like that wrestling, might as well call it like no holds barred. It's like it's anything goes.
Mhm.
Did we mention Two Guys One Sport?
Mhm.
Anyway,
And connoisseurs of wrestling when they're back up and running. So, good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
good night, and I will finish with Dean fucking Ambrose is back, baby.